as a parent, especially a parent of special needs kids, do you ever wonder if you're making all the right decisions for your child, especially for parents of special needs kids? I feel like that's a big question for those of us who have special needs kids. And for those of you who know me, I have a son with autism. I'm also having a shellfish reaction from the salad I ate today. So what I want to talk about right now today is one one mistake, one parenting mistake I want you to be able to avoid. Just one. Okay? Whenever it comes to making decisions from your for your special needs child and what I want you to do instead, okay? So what's that one mistake? What's that one mistake? Trusting the schools, trusting that the schools, the county, and the state give you the best, or your child the best things for your child's unique needs. So, for those of us who have special needs kids, many of our children were diagnosed at a very young age 2, 3, 5 years old. And at that point, as a parent, you don't know what to do. You need guidance, you need assistance. Where do I go? What do I do? Where do I find the help that I need, right? And whether or not that's your first child or your second child, chances are, if you already have a child, that first child or children may not have special needs. So if you're already a parent, which I was, I already had a son, you're already trying to figure out parenting, okay? And then you have this child, this other child that has these unique needs, and you're like, this changes parenting 100%, right? So you're like, I don't know what to do now. Like, what do I do? So, it takes a whole nother, scope, right? You know what I mean? It's a different school, it's a different curriculum, it's completely different. And so they're telling you what needs to be done, and this is who you need to see, and this is the paperwork you need to fill out, and this is the journey that you need to be on. And so, with a 25-year-old that has autism, what I learned real quick, fast, and in a hurry is that you do not want to trust all of the advice, all of what they tell you, and just go along with whatever they tell you. You just don't. So what do you want to do instead? Three things. The first thing you want to do is that you want to advocate correctly. So, as a special needs mom, you have to advocate for your kid, right? You have to be able to make sure you give them the support that they need. But over the years, especially with having a background in child development and being a daycare director, I've seen a number of parents who did not advocate correctly for their kid. You know what I mean? And that's a whole nother video. But the way I want you to understand how to advocate correctly is I want you to read everything. Okay, read everything. Read everything. When they give you paperwork that has 20 pages and they tell you to sign, or they give you the thing and they say, well, we have to give this to you and we're going to go ahead and put it in the packet and we're going to move on. Give me a second. Let me read this. What is this? What is this? Oh, no, that just explains your rights. Okay, well, even if I don't have time to read this now, I'm going to read this. And then if I have any questions, I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to let you know. Yeah, read everything. It matters. Trust me. The other way to advocate correctly is I want you to make sure you ask all the questions. Don't sit here and have questions in your spirit and keep it to yourself. Or ask the question or mention something and say, well, does this, whatever, and they're like, oh yeah, it'll be fine, and then let them move on. No. If it doesn't make any sense to you, ask that question, okay? And make sure you speak up. Don't keep that quiet. Don't be in a group of moms and everybody else seems to be okay with it, and it just don't settle right in your spirit. Speak up, okay? The second thing I want you to do is I want you to make sure you do your own research. Okay? So if they're like, no, you're going to want to get him in this program, and you're like, okay, what program? What is that? Let me Google that. What program is this? Don't just let them tell you to put your kid in a program and then you just put them in there because, I mean, this is what they told me to put him in this program. Well, they said it would make him, this is what you do whenever your kid has this diagnosis and they're this age. Mm-mm. Do your research. I want you to ask questions, ask other moms, ask around, ask the people who already have their kids in this program, ask them if it's helping them, what's the program about, what is the transformation, did the program help them, how is their kid better after being in ask around, okay? And I want you to trust your gut. Uh, Before my son gets started, can we visit first? Can we see how we like it? Can we do a half day? Can we just spend an hour in the program? I want to see how my son does first before I enroll him. I want to. And if my son doesn't do well, oh no, he'll be fine. It's gonna take him some time to get used to. No, I want to. No, just leave him. He'll be fine. You're just being a careful mom. I understand. Just leave him. He'll be fine. No, I want to see how my son does for the first hour before I leave him. I'm going to trust my gut on this. Don't just, okay? The third way I want you to advocate correctly is I want you to do what makes sense for you. What makes sense for them and for the other moms and for the other kids may not make sense for your kid. Okay? Every child is unique, especially when they have special needs. That's why they call them special needs. My kids' needs are different than your kids' needs. They're different needs. Every kid has unique needs. So this program that you're throwing all the kids in, my kid his needs might be different than what these kids. Maybe these kids need this program for their needs. Maybe that's accommodating what their needs are. Maybe it's not accommodating. I'm gonna do what's right for my kid. That might not be right for my kid. Okay? So stop trusting everything that the state and the schools and the teachers and okay? I want you to advocate correctly for your child. Okay? If you have any other questions, go to my website, TerayWard.com. I want you to like this video, whether or not you're on Facebook or YouTube. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. You'll get more videos like this, and I will talk to you next time.